It's just a minute or two after 5 on Monday, August the 7th. We'll go ahead and we'll call this regular city council meeting to order. I want to welcome everyone to our council meeting first, and if you would stand and please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Deb.
Don.
Here.
Harley.
Here.
Brad.
Here.
Rodney.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Agenda item number 4, to entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve today's agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, Deb.
Don.
Yes.
Harley.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Rodney.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Across the mayor's desk, I just again want to thank Sydney Casey as our videographer this afternoon. And this coming Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, is the final party in the park at the Carnegie Library from 5:30 to 7:30. And the theme this time is Touch a Truck. So large trucks like garbage trucks, fire engines, cement mixers will be present. So everyone can go up and touch a big truck for that one. So this is the final party in the park. And the Kossuth County Fair just wrapped up last week, so I just want to thank everyone who participated and supported all the activities, the businesses, and the organizations that were there. And just a reminder that school starts very soon, so there'll be a lot of little feet crossing the streets, so just please drive carefully. Anybody else have anything they would like to share? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to update from the city administrator. And Jacob's on the phone with us, so.
Yes, I phone for the name. Is Nick Peterson yet?
Nick is here, yes.
All right, Nick, I'll let you go first. I have a couple items after him, but Nick, you want to share the you have?
Okay.
Nick, you want to take that microphone and put it up on the podium, please? Thank you.
Okay, so my update tonight is going to be on the skate park. What we're going to do is we're going to be having an opening there, and a grand opening kickoff for the skate park, which will be August 26th. What we're having is Basic T-shirt Company. They're coming up and they're putting on this festival for us. They're going to have all kinds of different vendors. They're going to bring in some food trucks, other smaller vendors, and then we're also going to have inflatables and stuff out on the Central Park Ball Diamond. So it's going to be huge. It'll be a large event for the kids. Just do skate park demos. There'll be people here, all age ranges and various skill levels to participate in this event held at our skate park, just to show off what it can do and capabilities of it. And that's the nice part. It's a nice thing. This group, Basic T-shirt Company, they go all around to all kinds of different skate parks and host events throughout the summer months. So look forward to that. That's going to be August 26th from about 12 to 5, I suppose. So hopefully the weather is good for us there. So that's what I have for you for that.
Well, there'll be a kind of a formal announcement and kind of flyer coming out here shortly on that. And then Nick, if you're with just kind of touch base on the aquatic center closing for the season and the partnership that we have for live time of year.
Okay, yeah. So the aquatic center this time of year, you start losing all your guards and stuff, and your the other staff, because they're going back to school, all the various different camps that are happening, kids going back to college. And so we're going to be closing on August 13th, which is this coming Sunday, I believe. And then our patrons right now, since the Y pool, since they close that for cleaning and other updates, we allow all of the YMCA folks to come down to the aquatic center and swim while their pool is down. And in return, they allow all our members for the outdoor pool to go to YMCA and swim until Labor Day. So that's a nice little trade-off with the Y, just to let people swim as long as we can. So that's something really, really nice for us. And then, yeah, that's the whole thing for the Y.
Okay.
Real quick.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Go ahead, Jacob.
A couple of other announcements. The smoke testing of the city's sanitary sewer system will be taking place later this month, weather permitting, so for August 14th through the 25th. It'll kind of be in the south central area of the city, kind of shown here on the map. But this is just part of that kind of routine testing that the city does to identify areas in the system that need to be improved or repaired. So they'll put smoke in the pipes, and then when that starts coming up, it's likely in the location that it shouldn't be. So it is something that residents might see smoke coming up, through a trap or something that isn't plumbed correctly. So we're just trying to let people know that, that's something that happens. It's not toxic. It's nothing to be concerned with. But really the goal is that we do this, and then the teams from the city and the WHKS, so sanitary sewer engineer, can use that to identify areas for improvement to help seal that system up in the future. And then did also want to share regarding the city council appointment for 3 vacancies. So Jody Alt's resignation came effective July 21st. And the city council previously approved notice of intent to fill that position by appointment. That was published in July. The council had 60 days from the date of the vacancy to make an appointment, which was put us at September 19th. So the appointment can be made for the third ward council seat any time between then and now. We have requested persons interested to submit their name to the city by the end of July. We have not received any inquiries from anyone that they would like to be considered for appointment in that seat. So that will remain open. There's no, other than just giving notice of intent to appoint, there's no formal process the city has to follow necessarily in terms of how they gather, review, and consider them as applicants. But the appointment will go until the general election this November, at which point question will be on the ballot to elect a ward 3 member to fill the remainder of Jody Alt's term. So just wanted to kind of give everyone an update on where we're at in terms of that third ward vacancy. And we will be looking to hopefully appoint here at the next meeting in August, or either meeting in September, because if an appointment is not made by September 18th, the city will be required to hold a special election to fill the seat, which is a cost and unnecessary redundancy like the point.
Have we ever, have we talked to radio just to talk about it a little bit in news blurb if we don't have, sometimes you do a little story on that. I've heard in the past, but if we're not
The
getting any.
newspaper did do a front page story earlier, but we have talked internally. We are planning to put it out more on kind of social media, radio, and just try to raise further awareness of it. We still got about a month and a half to appoint, or excuse me, about 5-6 weeks to appoint someone. So we still have time, but just don't want to sneak up on people.
Yep, no, that's kind of what I thought too, so that'd be good if we do a little bit of getting it out there.
Okay. Anything else, Jacob?
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to agenda item number 7, and this is the citizens' opportunity to address the council with any item that's not on the agenda. And I don't see anyone here in the council chambers tonight. So we'll move to agenda item number 8, which is the consent agenda, and that includes approving the minutes from the July 17th council meeting, approve the bills to be paid this cycle, approve an application for liquor license, SLJ Investments, approve an application for a special Class B retail native wine license, and Print Shop Plus is applying for that one. And then approve a Class B retail liquor license for KT Bloom, as well as Jacob's Administrator's Report.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion from Harley, second from Brad. Any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Rodney.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Under new business agenda item number 9, this is a resolution amending the city credit card policy.
This resolution updates the state credit card policy that was last amended in 2012. Some of the notable changes is right now, the way our policy works is we had cards assigned to the ambulance, which obviously went away, the county, and then we just had some general cards here at City Hall. Just for the sake of accountability, the organization, and tracking purposes, we've got some changes to that. So this includes for assigning, this policy would authorize assigning city credit cards to the police chief and the library director that they would be responsible for. And it's only those department purchases would go on, and if anyone in their department needs to travel to a conference or has something that have to use a credit card, they can use the director's or the chief's card. On the city policy is that our standard policy is like taken by invoice. But when you're traveling or if you have to buy something online or in case of an emergency, there's some things that you just need to be able to pay for then. So this is written in a way that it's not to just, okay, now we're going to start using the credit cards more. And that's part of why the limits, those are factored into. And so it's signed to the chief, the library director, signs the card to the administrator, and then maintains 2 city credit cards here at City Hall under the direction of the city clerk. That can be checked out by a department employee authorized, or police department or police officer needs a card and the chief downtown at a conference or something that they can't provide if they're And then the other way of the line is we have an agreement just for anyone who either signs a card or is authorized, prior to being authorized, that there's, once charges are acceptable, that they can be held personally responsible for any charges that documentation is not provided for, or that are misuse of the credit card policy. So just kind of one of the housekeeping items with a lot of different tweaks here and there, just needed an update after 11 years.
Yep, very good.
Motion to approve the amending city credit card policy.
Second.
We have a motion from Rodney, second from Brad. Any other discussion? Vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Rodney.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried. Agenda item number 10, this is regarding adopting a new personnel policies.
This is resolution amending the employee handbook by adopting 2 new personnel policies that we don't currently have. So the first one is a prescription safety glasses reimbursement policy. This is just as part of our review to with workplace safety, employee health, insurance expenses, of what we can do as preventative measures safety-wise. So what this policy would do is offer reimbursement up to $125 per year for the purchase of qualified military-approved prescription safety glasses. It would be for full-time employees in safety-sensitive positions. The purchase would need to be made through a city-approved vendor, and that's really just to make sure that we can make sure the glasses that they're getting meet the odor requirements that we have. I know Nancy Lindell, our office, has spoken with the 2 eye doctor offices we have in town, and they have programs that through different federal what's considered nepotism, right between the draft message to make sure that there's not conflict of interest or the appearance of favoritism, and just prevent direct supervision of the immediate family member defined who qualifies as an immediate family member. At the same time, we are a small community, so it does provide exceptions that can be granted if it's determined that the likelihood for potential conflict of interest is low or minimal, or there's kind of extenuating circumstances. For example, just a couple of years ago, we had a seasonal employee apply for a position that they ended up being supervised by an immediate family member. Literally, we had no other applicants; they were qualified, and we were able to set up a way that a different, a retired superintendent is a seasonal employee for us, and technically supervises them, signs off on, their time card. So, that conflict is avoided. So there are kind of unique circumstances that come up, that can be considered and measures put in place. But otherwise, set forth the expectations of what the workplace has and what the employees can expect, and then this is where immediate family members hired.
Any questions about that?
Okay, move to approve the new policy.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Harley, second from Tyler. Any discussion or anything?
No, just glad we got them both in there now.
Okay, yep, and thanks for your work
Thanks for the work.
on those, certainly. Vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried. Agenda item number 11, this is a resolution amending the employee wellness program.
Yes, and this is an item I spoke to Mayor beforehand that I'm going to request we just table this item for now. It's not that we don't intend to bring it back. I would like to, just the kind of the format and the final on that policy to get a few tweaks in there before we bring it to council for final consideration. But the draft policy that was shared with the Ways and Means Committee was uploaded. More or less follow this, establishing or updating our health and wellness incentive program. For now, I'd like to have that tabled and reconsider at the next week council meeting.
Okay,
Move to
Yeah, go
move to
ahead.
table.
Second.
motion from
Take whoever.
Harley, second from Rodney, then to table this. Any discussion? Vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes. Motion carried. Agenda item number 12 deals with the city police department policy manual. And Bo is, yeah,
Chief Miller, come up and speak.
yeah.
Hello guys, thank you very much. What this is Lex Pool is a company that is national known, but it's recognized. There's many departments in the state of Iowa that use them as well. It's reference policies and procedures. One of the biggest things, in cities getting lawsuits, huge lawsuits, and a lot of it comes down to policies not being up to date or not having them. And that's one thing, as a small department, there's some certain areas we might not have policies on that we probably should on certain areas. I know he had sent out to you guys, which that shows all the tiers. There's 5 different tiers. There's certain things in there that you might see like, what the heck, why is it, we don't have a horse patrol. Obviously those just get removed because we don't have it. If we ended up getting one, I don't see it happening, but if we ended up, then you can have them bring it right back in. Other areas that if you see in there, like under tier 2, there's sick leave. Stuff like that, we're not coming in to try and change the cities. What that would be is we could actually set it up through the system and it would automatically send you what the city says. Other than that, a lot of these then We go through with this, it tweaks, it'll tweak what we have. They take, some of the stuff we have, and then, but everything they have is state and federal across the board. It gets, a lot more consistency on a lot of stuff, and a couple really huge things is, if legislation goes through and changes the law tomorrow, the next day, that is pushed out to us, and our policy is now up to date immediately. And that's the thing, I know, to go back, I think, Chief Pals, when he was here, he updated, I think, like 17 of our policies in his, in his 5 years as chief. It's very, very time consuming. Before that, I think it was back in like 08, 09, Chief Banger was. So, I mean, we had a 10-year period where nothing was changing. Obviously, laws were changing, so it's just, to be able to keep up with that it's near impossible and still do everything. A couple other great things this company has that it's called daily bulletins. So every month, when you get into this program, every single month, each officer is required to do so many scenarios, and that's all logged. So they're getting constant training. And it's not extra time, it's during their shifts when they're working, they can log on throughout that month, get that training, and it just keeps them fresh. It's just constantly updating, and it's keeping them as fresh as possible. If any policy change, they're gonna get a copy, they're gonna have to sign off seeing they're read. All that stuff then is documented and saved. So if anything ever happens, we have the ability to immediately show that this is what's been going on, these are the trainings they've been having. There's also, we have, I know you guys had Edith come in. There's a couple areas that we have that she doesn't do, that this, part of this is they do that as well. Where right now, we have to use the academy on one class that costs us $50, and that's every year. It was about a $500 deal this last year. Yes, we're paying for it, but it comes with all of our yearly qualified trainings that we are required to have. That's another thing that's just part of this. I first learned all about this when I was down at the Chiefs Conference down in Iowa City or Coralville a couple months ago. And I started asking a lot of the other administrators down there who had this company, and they were all very pleased with them. Obviously, and you'll get to the last page, this does come with a cost. The first year is the hardest year because there's an implementing cost on all the tiers. The overall on that, the first year would be that last one, which by doing it all, you get to 15% off. It's just under $23,000, so $22,700 for that first year. Then years after, every year after, to always keep up to date and then keep continuing, it'd be $8,800 a year after that. I talked to you a lot, there's a lot of them about our size that are doing that. I think there's about 15 cities and counties that are man size that are using this. And they found it very good for their department size. There was another company out there that I did look into, I didn't feel it fit our needs as well as this company. Jacob, you got anything to add right now that you can think of?
I would just say that I appreciate Chief Miller work on this. This was several months ago we started talking about this, and the need for the update. It became apparently clear to us right away if there was ever any doubt at all. Like, this is something that we should hire an outside expert to come and do a comprehensive review and update with the best practices, the technicalities, the law changes. Like, this is not something that, the size of community we are, the resources we have to try to do this house would not be the best use of our resources. And so, both working and doing some investigating on what was out there, do you think this makes sense? So the actual one-time policy review and update, that's just under $14,000. And then the annual cost for the policy maintenance update and the real value, I think that is, the continuous, literally everyday training on our policies, fire officers, that would be something that, I'd recommend we pursue this first year and continue, but you could always, decide to not pursue in the future. If that's the case, the policies that were updated, those are city policies, those still be ours and those would be in effect. So that kind of, ongoing subscription, that's for the training services really, it wouldn't be something that we would, lose that, initial one-time investment.
This does look like a good idea. I can see where keeping up with the update would take a lot of man hours, and in the end, the cost of it, yeah, those man hours will probably pay for that. But Jake, budget-wise, is this something we have a place where this would come from?
This is not something that we had in the police department budget of this scale. I know the budget for, I know we had maybe $5,000 set aside for technical services. Obviously this would exceed that. It would be something that we might have to, at a later date, do a budget amendment for. I know, I like things to be in the budget. I'm kind of, given the timing and, the more that we look at this and, just your liability is what you could be responsible for, yeah, have a policy in place or something. I think it's worth still moving forward as opposed to waiting for the following year, and having the next year's budget. So it's, hopefully something we can maybe work with the numbers we have as is, just kind of adjusting how we handle a couple of the line items, or perhaps using some of the technical planning services we had budgeted out of the administrative department. But this is something that was not specifically budgeted for in FY24.
Well, like I say, I think it'd be well worthwhile, so I would move to approve this.
Second.
Motion from Harley, second from Don. Any other discussion? This
Pay
seems,
for itself if we keep it updated and,
yeah,
if we wouldn't have anything and it wasn't, it could cost us more, so.
seems to be the year for policy updates.
Yeah.
So, vote please, Deb.
Don?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Bo.
Agenda item number 13 is concerning certain city-owned real property.
So, last year, through a tax sale, the city acquired the dilapidated residential property located at 8112 South Moore Street. A proposed scope of work is bid packet to, there we go. Their proposal to sell the property has been prepared, so when the city gets to the property, they call Iowa Code refers to the disposal of property, but it's basically the city that only selling real estate. So that's why some of the wording is odd. But this resolution, we are not, the updated version with the final upload is not a public hearing date. That is something that our attorney advised us to wait till after the any proposals are received. But what this resolution does is authorize giving notice of the request for proposal to be considered for the purchase of this property. It would be proposed that the property would be sold on a contract, with 25% being due at the time of sale. And then from the date of possession, the purchaser would have 24 months to make the necessary improvements to obtain an occupancy permit from the city. And at that point, the final 75% would be due, and then, the full ownership would transfer. We do not have a minimum bid price on this. If you can look through the photos in the packet, it's a challenging project. It's a small house, so we did have contractors look at it, consulted with them, and that is something that they think could be rehabilitated. And so we're really the goal just to see this property redeveloped so it can turn into a residence ended up demoing the property. The lot location, the access to it is very convenient. It's a narrow lot. I don't think we would ever see a house redeveloped on that lot. So this kind of sets forth the notice and procedures to hopefully find a developer that's interested in purchasing this and rehabbing the project. So with that, does Barb or Paul, do you have anything to add?
I don't.
No, I don't either. Other than what Jacob said is we can't just do it all at once. That's why we're doing what we're doing tonight is approving the proposal, and then hopefully we get somebody that's interested. And so if we do get an offer, then after we get that, and again, the notice that Barb put together, which is part of what she sent, we're asking that everything be, given to us by August 31. So hopefully we will, there will be some interest, and if there is, and there is an offer that the council wants to consider, then we, at this, at September 5 meeting, we can then set the public hearing for September 18th. So if all goes well and we do receive an offer from somebody, and there's an offer to buy form that has been put together too, that, so if somebody comes in and says, well, I'm interested, they need to be willing to sign, the offer to buy, because it'll set forth what, what Jacob just said. And again, if we do get that, then we'll have a specific offer that we can then set the public hearing on to consider. So we need that specific offer from somebody so we can publish the notice of the public hearing and say, okay, this person is offering X dollars for it, and we're going to hold a public hearing on it, hopefully September 18th.
Okay.
And so you did write the notice, so August 31st, that's the deadline for first consideration. So we hope we have one or more proposals by then, that we can follow the timeline that Paul laid out. But in the event that we don't, the RFP is set up to remain open in perpetuity until otherwise directed by council, and then we would just keep the accepting offers open, so that any time after that, if we were to get a proposal at that time, we could set it here to reconsider it.
Well, I realize that the description on the house and the pictures make the project look rather daunting, but I'm glad that the city isn't jumping in and destroying these houses right away. Because of our lack of housing, the right person may be able to clean this one up and get somebody in there at a reasonable price, either selling it or renting it to them, providing more housing for the city. So I'd move to approve this resolution.
Second.
We have a motion from Harley, second from, is it Tyler? Or Don? Don? Vote please, Deb.
Don?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. And agenda item number 14 involves a change order that we discussed during the work session.
So this is change order number 1 for the 2023 Zone Overlay Project. It would be for estimated $9,900 to install a new sub-drain in Elm Street, which has to be removed due to the installation of the water main.
Move to approve the change order.
Second.
We have a motion from Don and second from Brad to approve this change order. Any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Don?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Agenda item number 15 pertains to the leadership class project, also that we discussed at the work session. And Amy is approaching the podium, so Go ahead and introduce yourself too, just for the audience there.
Amy Whitaker, representative of the leadership class of 2022-2023. I am here to request the approval of our class project. We are working on the redevelopment of the city park on the corner of Jones and State Street. This park is in need of a little revamping. So we are proposing that we are going to take out all the current landscaping and pavers, and then put in a new structure. This will be a large structure with the Algona letters on both sides of this large backdrop, and it will be lit, and the decal on the middle backdrop is the city's decal used for the city parks. And this structure obviously is going to be very large on this very busy corner, and the goal is to make it a beautiful new landmark for Algona that will bring pride to Algona. So we are proposing that the city approves this project, and we are also requesting the city help with the remaining funds that we need of approximately $7,500. Our total project quote that we got for the entire project was $46,988. The class has raised through various fundraisers and campaigns a total of $39,769, leaving us with a remaining balance of $7,219.
Your work looks great, sign looks great. You anticipate the bids to be pretty solid? I mean,
Yes.
like you don't anticipate fluctuation much?
And if it'd be, we could do rounded high, when we got those bids, just to make sure,
Okay.
that if anything did happen, knowing that there was a length of time between the time we got the quote and the time of the work we've done, we rounded up high. Most of these are actually all of them are local contractors, so they're very great to work with. They are excited to be part of this project as well, so I think they'll be very flexible and will adjust with us as needed.
Well, I just want to make sure, like you said, 72, if we do 75, are we going to be okay still?
Right, we put in $1,000 buffer into the quote just for those extras that might happen.
Good to hear then. Good to hear. Yeah, I'd make a motion then we approve the leadership project and also approve the additional $7,500 donation.
Then with the exact location to be determined on that site.
Yeah,
okay,
work
because we
with the city
discussed
to
earlier.
continue, yeah, to find that exact location.
Yes, yes.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Rodney, second from Brad. Any other discussion?
Looks really nice. Really like the changes you guys made.
Thank you. We're excited. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
guys.
Amy.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
We'll move to agenda item number 16, and this is to set a public hearing concerning the Community Development Block Grant.
Jacob, did you want me to talk on that?
I lost him.
Sorry, I'm muted. Go ahead, Barb.
If you remember, last month or the month before, we did a public hearing for the CDBG upper story housing. They just have to report on the status of where the project is and the funds that have been used. Well, this is the same procedure, but it's for our owner-occupied CDBG housing grant. Almost all 6 houses are near completion, so it's time for them to report the status of funds, where we're at with the grant, and where we're at to complete the project. So this public hearing will set the date, and Heidi Nielsen with North Iowa Council of Governments will be at our next meeting to conduct the public hearing.
Good.
Move to set the public hearing for August 21st, the next meeting, at 5 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion from Harley, second from Tyler. Any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Don,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Motion carried. Agenda item number 17 is an appointment to the tree board. We still have this position available due to Scott Rass, term expiring June the 30th. Do we have any names for someone for the tree board?
I did reach out to someone Friday, was hoping to have an answer today, she did not. She
Okay.
said she would consider it.
Good.
And I reached back out today and did not get a response back, so
Okay.
I haven't got a no yet, but I haven't got a yes, so I don't want to put a name out there.
Okay.
You might want to tell her the tree board meets once, maybe twice a
I
year.
told her twice a
It's
year.
not-
Yeah, no, that's what I said, and she actually thanked me for asking her, and she is
Good.
considering it.
Good. Well, thank you for,
So I
For
was
doing that.
hoping to be able to tell you a name, but I'll hold off on the name yet.
all right. And then agenda item number 18, our final agenda item is, this is the second notification of vacancy and future appointment for the library board trustee. And this is due to Siri Hartfield's term, and we need to fill her term, and that expires the 30th of June 2028. And the library director, Lori, and I have been in touch with a gentleman who is eager to serve. So, it is 5:43, and I would entertain a motion to adjourn our council meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.